Who's going out this weekend? I thought so. This makeup tutorial is for you because it's simple and it's fast. Yeah, for me, baby. Before we get into all the fun stuff, we want to make sure that our base is flawless and solid because we're going to be going out, we're going to be sweating it out, and we don't want it to come off. So I'm using Illamasqua's Skin Base All Over, buffed in with Real Techniques foundation brush, and Lise Watier's concealer only in the spots where I do need it applied with my fingertips. And just make sure that the makeup is set with powder, whether it's pressed or loose, because you want it to stay put. Next, sculpting. I mean, this technique's very important because the makeup's quite simple, so we want to make sure our bone structure is at its fiercest. So where I'm applying the blush brush in the jawline that's where we're going to apply the contour, which is by MAC and it's called Sculpt, but you can just really use like a taupe shadow that's matte. I'm going to apply it along the hairline, just above the temple, my jawline, and I'm pinching the brush a little bit. This is by Real Techniques, I think it's their contour brush, and I'm just applying on the edge of my nose, but we don't want it to look so severe. I mean, we do want to look severe, but not that severe, and I'm just brushing it down and sucking in my cheeks. So for brows, I'm using Benefit's Browzing in medium. I'm actually using their little angled applicator to put on the wax first, all over, and then I am setting it with the powder that it comes with. And the angle brush I'm using is by Joe Fresh Holler. It's a synthetic angle brush, really, so you can just use whichever angle brush that you already have. But just make sure you set it in place because these brows need to stay put after all that sweating and dancing. And what I'm using here now is MAC's brush in 226 and Stila's eyeshadow in Bare. Yes, Bare. And we're just going to go right under the brows to highlight the brow bone just a little bit. And Bare is like a matte vanilla shadow, and we're trying to, make it pop a little bit more. Then I'm using Shu Uemura's brush in 8HR, and it's a sable hair. And I'm using a brown shadow in Sandstone by Stila as well. I'm just using it from the same palette. And I'm applying it only in my crease, but very, very softly. If you're not sure where your crease is, just feel your orbital bone in your eye socket, and that's where you apply it. And then, yes, with the same brush that I was using to highlight, I'm using a more shimmery shadow by Stila, again in Kitten, in the inner corners of the eyes, because you really want to make it pop out, especially against the eyeliner. Okay, this part, this is where it gets really crazy. So I'm using an angled synthetic brush from Curry's, which is an art store in Toronto. So really, you can just use any angled brush as long as it's pretty precise. And I'm using MAC's Blacktrack Gel Liner, which is waterproof. And we're going to do this angled liner in 3 steps, and it's almost like the dummy proof way of doing it. The first step is you want to apply the initial line across the lash line first. Don't even bother with the wing, just get that liner on over the top lash line. Second, when you add the flick, how you're going to angle it is by pretending or seeing the invisible line from your bottom lash line and just continuing it from there. So if you follow that as a guideline, the chances of you getting it symmetrical and the same all the time is very likely. And then from the tip of where the flick is, doesn't matter how exaggerated it is, you can just fill it in from there and connect it. And you see I'm using a sponge there, which is great for erasing, little mistakes. And yes, after all that's done, just fill it all in. So don't try to get the flick perfect all at once. Do it in stages, and then you can fill it in nice and solid. And then everyone's going to be like, how the hell did you do that wicked eyeliner? Oh yes, and don't forget the bottom lash line. I'm just doing a little bit in there for some definition. And everyone's favorite step, the hidden eyeliner. Yeah. So I'm using NARS Larger Than Life liner in black, and I'm applying it in the top waterline. I'm so sorry it's blurry. My camera doesn't have autofocus, but I'm lifting up my lashes very gently just so I can see the top waterline and applying it. And then obviously you curl your lashes. It shouldn't hurt. Curl the roots in the middle and the tip because we want a super curl. And I'm using my favorite mascara, which isn't available in the UK, CoverGirl Lashblast in waterproof. And you want to make sure you completely coat the lashes top and bottom. For blush, I know, yeah, smile. You can smile, we can smile. But this time we're going to say prunes. Just say prunes and get those cheeks nice and perky. And I'm using MAC's Coppertone and Style blush together with Clinique's blush brush, and I'm going for a more angular look, so we're kind of bringing it up a bit. So you can see prunes. Next is lipstick, which is by MAC and Saint Germain. I would assume this is probably Nicki Minaj's, favorite lipstick because it's so pale and it reminds her of Barbie. Yeah, so we're gonna get that bad boy in, blot it a little bit. You can make out with the back of your hand if you want, or blot it off a tissue. And then we're gonna top it off with Lancome's Juicy Tube. I believe it's like Raspberry Fizz or something, and Red Earth's lip brush, but really you can just use any lip brush. And that's it. You're ready to go out, right? We're ready! Get me by. Oh, hey girl. No, I'm getting ready. Oh no, I don't have false lashes. And I have pink, okay, no pink lipstick. Tran mode. You just said the magic words. Tran. Okay, bye B. Oh, Sasha Fierce is in the house now. Okay. Later, girl. Yeah, guys, it's true. Beyonce and I are BFFs. Alright, let's get snazzy. You heard it from Beyonce, let's upgrade this makeup, shall we? So, we're just going to work on what we have on top. So, that first look we did, you can do that during the day. I'm using CoverGirl's Liquilast pencil in blue. It doesn't really have a fancy name. I'm just going over the liner that I had. And now I'm also using an angular brush and going just in the inner corners of the eyes to the middle with MAC's eyeshadow in Steam or Steamy. It's been a while since I've seen that label. Then we're going to amp up the lashes with some falsies. The ones I'm using here are by Shu Uemura called Luxe, and it just looks like you have really amazing mascara on. But you can use any pair, just make sure it's not too thick where it like covers your wing liner. You don't want to cover it. And yeah, we're just having deja vu again. I'm using the same brown shadow that I was using earlier with the same brush, except this time we're creating a bit more depth. So just stay in the same spot and just keep building and building and building until it becomes more precise. Make sure you stay in that same spot. Don't blend too high or too low. And with MAC's 217, I'm going in with Stila's Kitten shadow from the inner corners throughout the lid and above on the brow bone, just to give it that extra oomph. Block the lips over a little bit with the leftover foundation, and then I'm going in on MAC's Lady Danger lipstick. I freaking love this lipstick. And I'm in a rush. I don't have time for lip liner, so I'm just going to apply it straight from the tube, as precise and as solid as I possibly can. And then I'm going to use the same lip brush that I did earlier to create that precision. With that said, if you feel more comfortable with a lip pencil, hey, go for it. Just look fierce. So we're ready to go clubbing, right? Nice, precise look. No mess. Time to party!